about my instruction in the dressing room. I want a good, clean fight. Remember, protect yourself at all times, and you must obey my command at all times. Good luck to both of you touching me.
A monumental gamble, high stakes, remarkable risk for huge reward, or ring failure on the starriest of stages. It's been hard to find anyone outside Kell Brook's inner circle who genuinely believes he can cause the sort of seismic shot that Sugar Ray Leonard did almost 30 years ago in Vegas against Marvin Hagler, or become a reigning world welterweight champion, to dethrone a reigning world middleweight champion like Emil Griffith did back in 1966. But you never know in boxing. So many questions. Can he take Golovkin's power? Will he have the extra speed? Early thoughts.
Well, nice left hook by Brook there, Carl.
Yeah, it's nice left hook by Brook. If he can use his jab and his speed, as you say, the welterweight speed, and handle the power of Golovkin, then he's in with potentially a chance with this. I'm on the edge of my seat straight away because Golovkin marches forward and lets them thunderous punches go, and you just don't know how Brook's going to respond when he gets tagged with them shots. He needs to jab and move, he needs to be elusive. Great jab there by Brook. Golovkin doing what he does, backing his opponent up straight away with no concern, really.
He's stalking, he's powerful, he judges distance
nice
so well.
Brook, I tell you
Golovkin.
Golovkin pressures, but he doesn't move his head. I've been saying it all week, it's the one flaw I see, and Kell is taking advantage with a sharp counter right hand before. Nice jabs, counter jabs. This is how you domesticate a pressure guy, but you've got to watch the big power as Kell just got touched there.
Yeah, Golovkin backing Brook up into his own corner. There's the body shot, he's hurt early on in the first round. That's the first signs.
That's how you got to hold when you're hurt. He's being smart.
This guy Golovkin has been knocking down light heavyweights and cruiserweights in sparring, and Kell Brook has never faced a middleweight in a ring like this. There's the uppercut. He comes back. What about these tactics as he tries to hurt Golovkin?
Kell Brook. Golovkin's hittable, guys. Everybody makes like Golovkin gets hit on purpose. I don't believe it. He never moves his head. Brook, he will give Brook chances to land that speed.
I think we've had a question answered there straight away, and it's worrying signs. Kell Brook got taken with a left hook early on there, and his legs seem to, go from under it. He looks like he's recovered, and he's responding back, but Gennady Golovkin isn't doing much now, he's just having a look. But Brook there looked hurt, and it's worrying signs very early, straight away in round one here, and this massive task that he's got in front of him.
Brook staying calm through the pressure. This is what he's got to do. You guys tend to panic at this point right here when Golovkin traps them. Brook stays calm and he counters well.
But he's not moving. He's not using his feet.
But that's the thing. You don't want to go into flight. You just want to take little steps here and there. And I believe Kell's got the right game plan here. You plant when Golovkin doesn't come forward, so you can do
Oh, big uppercut from Brook and a right hand.
Great shots from Brook there, he landed. I'm not sure how Golovkin responded to that, but he looked hurtful.
I'll tell you what, when was the last time Golovkin was backed up? And if Brook can do that, even momentarily, the confidence will just be running through his veins.
I like how Brook is not in flight. He's just taking little steps. He's planting and shooting and making the shots count.
You're right, he's not running.
The problem is he got hurt, so do you give him the... it was a big round aside, but he got hit with that big shot that rocked him, so you can give Golovkin the round.
Worrying round for Brook early on, but he responded very well.
These next shots you are. Relax. That's all you got to do. He's not...
Here's a shot that some shots on the ropes. Golovkin landed a good body shot, and that set up the head shot, which actually hurt Kell. Kell took it well, all things considered. That was a lethal shot, and Kell came back with some beautiful combinations.
Like I say, got hit with that left hook and he looked stunned momentarily. It looked like his legs went from under him a little bit, but he recovered well. And he landed some hurtful look. He's got left hook there on Golovkin's chin.
Fighting fire with fire early. We thought that might be.
He's got more skills. Here's the thing. That's what I've been saying. The athleticism of Kell. He's got more skills. Just this guy has a killer punch. Kell's able to step back with half steps and counters. He boxed well aside from getting hurt, but getting hurt may lose you the round.
Gennady Golovkin. 5 first-round knockout wins in his career, 7 inside 2, 6 more in the third round. the monstrous puncher from Kazakhstan, defending his world middleweight crown.
You see even the simple things Kell does. You see that counter jab. It just makes Golovkin stop in his tracks. It's not a power shot, but it'll make Golovkin stop in his tracks.
Both have got excellent jabs. But Brook says he feels comfortable, at ease now at this weight. He hasn't dragged himself down. It's been a very positive start, Carl.
It has, yeah. I've just got up close when Golovkin's in front of Brook. The worrying thing here is Golovkin's able to push Brook back and sort of manhandle him and be in control up close. And as the fight wears on, if he does wear on, great response by Brook. There's landing some nice clean shots here.
The creative Kell Brook offense, different angles, punches, uppercuts, punches around the side, straight shots.
Well, we've got to remember that Golovkin's never really been in with anybody as skillful and as talented naturally as Kell Brook. So he's in new territory here, Golovkin.
Through his professional career, is Kell Brook the most talented opponent? Everybody.
It's the total package that makes Kell Brook the most talented athlete.
But everybody was writing him off. You couldn't find one person, Bolly, in the media, full stop, who was backing Kell in this fight.
What's worrying for me, no, you're right there, Adam, no one's really backing him. What's worrying for me here, though, is Golovkin's still able to mark forward. Walked into a counter there. A crisp counter from Brook.
But you see him close.
Really well, Brook is here. I'm just worried he's on his back foot, and Golovkin's almost able to do pretty much what he usually does, which is get momentum with his heavy hands moving forward. Brook's not running.
Yeah, exactly. He's just stepping back.
Trying to make his power tell early as well, Kell Brook, but Golovkin has centre ring. There's the right hand he's trying. He is marked up around the face. Never been really badly hurt, certainly never been down, amateur or pro, Gennady Golovkin. What an uppercut from Kell Brook! A beautiful shot in the second round. Oh, lovely right hand! And Golovkin is beckoning him in and says, come on then, let's go to war.
Amazing by Kell Brook. I'm amazed. He's standing right in the middle and tagging him.
Kell Brook here having unbelievable success. The uppercut, the right hook, the jab right hand.
Blood from the nose of Golovkin. We know he now respects Brook's power, certainly the angles and the speed. How's he going to react, Golovkin?
Well, the left hook from Golovkin looking a little bit cumbersome, a little bit slow. Too early to say, but he's not firing as sharp as he usually is. Brook boxing, superb, moving. Great round from Brook, great round.
I tell you what, this is one of the most incredible atmospheres I remember through 25 years of covering boxing at Sky. That night when Ricky Hatton beat Costas Yu stands out, when Naz went to the Garden to fight Kevin Kelly. Your fight obviously with George Groves, but there's something here in the air. Is the unthinkable possible?
Well, it's that air of invincibility that Triple G brings to the ring, and now Brook is sort of throwing the script out the window. I know it's only round 2, that's just as good, and it's early stages yet of the fight, but he's having some great success. I'm very impressed and shocked, if I'm honest, with what's happening.
Adam, you know what I'm even more impressed with? It's Kell's ability to control the pace. He's able to take his little walks. Look at how excited he got for his little guy.
Nassim Hamid
He's a kid.
called me this morning. We were on the phone for an hour. He said, believe. I've known this guy all my life. He's an animal. He's got something special inside him. He's not just got the skills, but he's going to stand there and beat Golovkin up.
And that's come from Nassim Hamid, who knows him very well. He's obviously going to be biased, but he sees him in the gym, he knows him inside out, and Kell is doing well. Just out of balance there, Kell tumbles to the floor, just a balance thing. No, not now.
Look at Golovkin's face, though. He's getting frustrated. This is what I've never seen from Golovkin, and I was always curious about.
Really frustrated. No rushing Golovkin. We don't see this. You're right, Paulie. Maybe he's rattled. Kell Brook needs to be careful now. Get a tight guard and close that gap. Don't be on the end of them shots.
Closing down the distance, Golovkin. Stalking. Ripping home shots. Trying to really back up Brook in the way he knows how. Those middle rounds where all the stoppages come. 3, 4, 5, 6 body shot. How's Kell Brook going to take the shots to the torso, to the solar plexus? That's where Matthew Mackin struggled. He's complaining about an eye here, Kell.
Looking at his corner there, distressing signs. You don't like to see that. Kell Brook, he's blinking. He's worried about something. He needs to just get on with it.
Speed, though. Creative punch selection and speed.
swiftly around the ring, using mobility and adaptability. He's turned it into a mini hack that hurts this.
He took a great right hand there from Golovkin, Kell Brook, and he just brushed it off. He looked okay with that power, and this is what I wanted to see, how he responded to the power, and I'm very happy with the way he took that shot and responded. Still say early doors, but Golovkin looks rattled, he looks upset, and he's firing, he's moving forward, and he's letting these shots go, but he's looking marked around the face, bruised and swollen.
Yeah, but here's a thing, Carl. Kell cannot take shots like that from this big puncher consistently.
That's right, Paulie. He can't be taking big shots from Golovkin. I'm getting excited from what I'm seeing, but it's looking dangerous, but Brook responding well.
Nice
Combinations back from Brook, and the uppercut. That's the one they want to see.
He's got to go to the body. He's not gone to the body yet. I want to see a body shot from Kell Brook. He's a great body puncher.
But this is what Kell Brook brings to the ring, these variety of punches, this skill, this natural ability. Golovkin is not enjoying this.
Golovkin nods, and there's blood from the nose of Kell Brook. It's such a valiant, brave, attacking start. Can he keep this going, or will Golovkin find a way to subdue the storm and break him up?
Just worried about that weight and that natural weight advantage from Golovkin, and he feels that natural weight
big right hand from Golovkin.
But Brook is marking up badly as well.
Swelling by Brook's right eye.
Golovkin was a man on a mission when the round started. He came out with that extra pressure to make a statement to Brook this round.
Back comes Brook. It's sensational, sizzling action here at the O2 as they go toe-to-toe. What a fight!
Unbelievable stuff. Gennady Golovkin there hitting after the bell, which is signs of frustration. I can't really split them in that round. It's not what I expected. Fantastic from Kell Brook. I'm just worried that weight from Golovkin, that natural size and weight and strength, will start to tell as this fight wears on. Dominic Ingle there, so furious in the corner, furious with the success, but trying to get inside Kell Brook's head and trying to probably keep him believing.
Now, last round, Golovkin came out flying. How do you start this next round if you're Brook? Do you expect that same rush from Golovkin, or do you rush him and play the mind game back to him?
With the early success from Kell Brook, is he in danger of becoming too macho here, Paulie, as Golovkin comes back at him there?
There's a fine line with the macho stuff, because I think Brook, after that round where Golovkin tried to boss it, Brook may need to come out trying to boss this round. But honestly, it's a personal decision here. I don't know.
That eye is badly marked up for Kell Brook. I'll tell you what, it's been pulsating here.
We're talking about how is the weight going to affect Kell as the bigger man is attacking, but Golovkin's wasted a lot of energy, and he himself is taking some shots.
Now he goes to the body. That's what you wanted to see from Brook. But if Golovkin matches fire with fire to the body, that could unhinge Brook.
That's the thing, Adam. Golovkin's gone to the body already. Kell's taking it well. Obviously, you never want to take too many body shots, but I'd like to see Kell touch him up a little bit to the body, because he's getting Golovkin's hands up with all the landed head shots. The body will be open.
Brook landed some great combinations, body and head, but he's on his back foot. He's taking shots in the counter, and he's marked up like I've never seen him before. That right high of Kell Brook, looking like he wants to close, which is bad signs. If that does close, he'll be in trouble. And his back's against his ropes. Great defense.
Right hand from Brook. Again, the nod from Golovkin, but it just bounces off his chin.
Yeah, but they're scoring blows, Adam. They're scoring blows. There's a round-winning shot.
This can't go the distance, Paulie, surely.
I don't know. I mean, the way it is, I don't know if Kell Brook's orbit bone is broken. I had that injury with Miguel Cotto. His eye is swelling rapidly.
It's a shootout, but there's some clever, classy work going in.
He's still staying so calm, just making Golovkin miss by ever so little. It takes a calmness to you. It takes a real skill to do that, especially when you know the guy punches as hard as Golovkin.
Fantastic talent, Kell Brook, and he's showing that in this fight here. He's just keeping out of range. He's staying calm under pressure. Yes, he's getting hit, but he's not getting hit with punches he doesn't see coming.
And he's still thinking. Despite the duress, he's still thinking. His shots are still creative. Yeah, he's moving a little more than he was a couple of rounds ago, but he's still got his eyes wide open, seeing the shots, trying to turn Golovkin.
I just want to see Brook put some combination together when he's against them ropes. As Golovkin marches forward, you know, uppercut, right hand, left hook, 3-4 punches, just to keep Golovkin at bay and give him something to think about. Don't back up and sit there and soak these shots up, because it's going to have a detrimental effect.
Trying to get the jab going, Golovkin doesn't look perturbed, even though he hasn't found his normal rhythm or range. congratulate Brook for that. Whatever happens now, it's been a monumental effort as he smiles Kell Brook.
There's that jab. He's got to keep using it. There it is. Because Golovkin does not move his head.
But when Daniel Gill hit him, he knocked Gill out.
Of course. Well, that's why you got to move your head after you land. Golovkin's got a great chin. We know that already. It's a matter of landing the shots to score and maybe slowing him down ever so little so you can get some breathing room during the round.
Tries the uppercut again, partially blocked from Golovkin. This is a man, Kell Brook, that's only had the likes of Kevin Bizier, Joe Down, Frankie Gavin to deal with at welterweight. Now he's in with this guy, Golovkin, the man, the fearsome reputation. And how is he handling himself?
Let me tell you, if Kell Brook was a middleweight, I would not be worried at all. The only reason I'm worried about Brook at the minute is because of this weight distance. I know they're both weighed in a middleweight, but he's not a middleweight, Kell Brook. This is phenomenal from Brook. I'm so impressed, and Golovkin doesn't look like he's enjoying himself. But again, he's now on his front foot, and he's backing Brook up.
Guys, I don't know, maybe I'm being biased, but...
Do you know what? We couldn't wait for this first bell to go, the anticipation. Who could have thought we'd have 4 rounds like that? Extraordinary.
And Brook came back after a very tough third round, and he could have won that 4th round. I mean, he boxed well, landed a nice check hook there as he on the way out, as we saw in that replay just now. Smart decision-making, even under duress. There's a sharp shooting right hand there. You know, he could have won the 4th round after a very difficult 3rd round, and that shows mental fortitude.
Dominic Ingle working on the eyes. John Ingles around as well. They've been with Kell pretty much the whole way since he was 9 years old and walked into that Winkerback gym. The likes of Harold Bomber Graham, Johnny Nelson, Prince Nassim Hamid, Ryan Rhodes, the conveyor belt of talent. And when their backs are to the wall, this is where the Winkerback fighters deliver. But Gennady Golovkin still marches on. As if, okay, you've given me your best, now it's my turn. Backing Brook up, and those left hooks are worrying.
But Brook is riding with some of them, Adam. He's not taking them fully cleanly. Not that you want to see this.
Can he keep this up? Those on his back foot? You're right, he's riding the shots, but he's under relentless pressure.
But let's see if Golovkin punches himself out now. I want to see now if Kell answers back here.
Yeah, macho there from Kell Brook, sharing, look, I'm not hurt, is that all you've got? But these punches are hurting. Let me tell you, I can feel them sat here at ringside. And Brook does not want to be at the end of these punches in punching range here with Golovkin. He needs to start letting combination shots go, and he's not happy with his right eye. But
I'm telling you guys, his orbit bone might be broke. The eye socket might be broke. I know that injury. It's a weird feeling.
Still catches Golovkin.
He's got the skill out of him. He's naturally, you know, he's got this talent, he's got this ability. And Golovkin's not been in front of anybody that can land this array of shots. Golovkin's not enjoying getting hit with these shots, but I don't think they're having a bad enough effect on him.
He finds a way though, Gennady Golovkin, like he did against Grzegorz Proksa, against Curtis Stevens. So many have tried and failed. Our own great Matthew Macklin. But Brook's already lasted into the 5th round. But these are getting heavy now. The artillery. Brook sinks back.
The towel's coming from Dominic Ingle.
The towel's there from Dominic Ingle. And Gennady Golovkin is going to retain his world middleweight title. The towel has come in. The referee didn't see it.
He did not see that towel.
And it is all over. Gennady Golovkin just proved too much, too strong, too naturally big. Not great for Brook, just too big.
That's the fundamental.
And that's the key.
That was the key. That was the entire key. This is a monster puncher at middleweight.
You know what, at the end there, Paulie, he was under pressure, he was taking shots, left up, right up, uppercuts, double jab right hands, and you can see Brook was not going to quit. Dominic Ingle there, very compassionate there for his man. I like to see that. It's a great stoppage. The referee was not going to stop it.
A big credit to Dominic Ingle, man. He knows Kell since he's young. He knows what he can and can't take. He actually let him take some of the punishment because he knew his guy could come back, and Kell came back wonderfully in some moments in that fight. But he knew when it was time, and he knew when his guy had nothing left to give back.
There was just signs, wasn't there, in the last 3-4 minutes, that the pressure and the natural advantage that Golovkin was always going to have as the rounds tick by just paid off. But Brook, what an effort! What an effort!
Unbelievable effort. I've never seen anything like it in recent years in modern day boxing. To come up from welterweight to face somebody like Triple G, but he showed me there, he showed me vulnerabilities of Triple G. He got hit with a lot of shots. He didn't look like he was enjoying himself. And as far as I'm concerned, the only reason Gennady Golovkin came through there in the end was that size and natural weight advantage.
Yeah, you know, Kell might have broke the orbit bone. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just guessing here. He might have broke the orbit bone with that first left hook that hit him, that hurt him in the first round.
But still, Gennady Golovkin reigns unbeaten in 36, the 33rd knockout. Even when there were signs, he discovers something inside himself as he drills forward, unloading the punches, powerful head and body.
And look at the balance. Look at how he's able to follow through with other shots forcefully, because Golovkin does not get too excited when his offense is working for him. Look at how he's constantly maintaining balance, kept Brook under duress, and forced the stoppage. He's a straight right hand, but where is he? He's right in front of Brook again. Brook cannot find the escape. And look at the follow-up combinations. And eventually the towel came in right here, right about here. I don't know what Marlon B. Wright was looking at. I mean, that towel was out for about 20 seconds.
And Dominic Ingle reading it, like you guys, sensing enough is enough.
Yes, he was leaving Brook in there for long enough to see if he had any answers and to see if there was any response, and also giving him a chance to see if Gennady Golovkin could be hurt by Brook, which I don't think he really could. He was stunned early on in the fight, but that natural weight and size as the fight pressed on became really evident there, and great stoppage by Dominic Ingle. I'm really glad he did what he did.
What a stunning fight while it lasted. Congratulations, Gennady Golovkin, still the world middleweight king. But Kell Brook, you made your name tonight even more than ever before.
Even on the world stage, I think people will know and credit Kell Brook more for this fight than they will for all his wins. And that's really a shame, because Kell Brook was always a terrific fighter, even before tonight. I've been singing his praises for a long time. I never felt he got enough credit in America. I hope in the United States they see this performance and they give him credit despite the loss, because I believe he's gaining more notoriety in this fight. This is a worldwide stage here.
Well, I second that. He showed there what sort of courage and, you know, that mental grit and toughness and that warrior instinct to just stay in there and carry on. And, you know, he didn't go down, he didn't get knocked out. He's leaving here with his chin held high, and you know, he's intact. His reputation is intact, Kell Brook. He's a world-class welterweight. He might be a world-class light middleweight, but we found out tonight that he is not a middleweight.
Well said, guys. Kell Brook loses for the first time. But what a battle while it lasted, and Gennady Golovkin celebrates, and Kell Brook commiserates with the family. But it's been nothing to be worried about.
I'm curious about that right eye, though, that eye socket. You know, I wonder if there's a fracture there, because he was very uncomfortable about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger's corner, the red corner, indicated to referee Marlon Wright to call a halt to the contest. Challenger retires, the winner by TKO victory. His record now 36-0, 33 KOs, 23 consecutive wins by knockout. Still, the undefeated, universally recognized middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Golovkin, a.k.a. Triple
Fabulous to have him in London, Gennady Golovkin. What a stage, what a night. And Kell Brook covers himself in glory too, in a defeat that will still live long in the memory, maybe more than any of his victories, possibly the Sean Porter win apart. What guts, what courage, but he fell short as most predicted he would. And Andy Scott with, in the end, a very worthy winner.
Gennady. Yes. Just while they fix all number of belts to you. Yeah. Congratulations. You promised a big drama show for the fans here. 5 thoroughly exciting, brutal rounds. Talk us through it.
You know, first of all, thank you very much, London, like all public, like all fans. Thank you very much. You know, I promise bring big drama show because, you know, I know Kell, he's huge fighter. He's very good fighter. And sorry, he's not middleweight. It's not his way.
Did you feel then through the fight that you were too big, too strong?
You know, I know my style. Just, you know, I respect him. He's good and not so strong.
It was great to watch. Did he hurt you at all?
No, he just touched. You know, this is like training. I don't feel his power and stay like this and relax. Like, yeah, so many punches and I don't feel.
A word on Kell Brook. A lot of people wouldn't fight you. Kell came up from his natural, well, they say it's his natural weight of welterweight to meet you at middleweight. A word on him.
Yes, I respect. Kell, he's very, you know, and thanks his corner, you know. First of all, for him, right, for his career, for his family, it's correct, you know, this, because I feel it's game over.
Okay,
Finish.
Got all your team here, so let's talk about the future. Politics, money, egos aside, who do you want to fight?
First of all, I'm a boxer, you know, just I'm open for everybody. For everybody, just I want unification fight.
Okay. In the build-up, I heard Abel Sanchez, your trainer, mention the names Eubank Jr. This fight didn't happen this time. James De Gea, would you come back to the UK to fight again?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, I would like Billy Joe Saunders because he has WBO belt.
The WBO champion Billy Joe Saunders. You would come back to London to fight him here?
Of course, 100%.
Canelo has gone down to fight Liam Smith. If he came back up to middleweight, would you still want to fight Canelo with everything that's gone on?
I'm still in my way. Absolutely, I'm open for everybody.
Let's have a word with your trainer, Abel Sanchez. Big smile on your face. Abel, is there a middleweight around at the moment that can stand up to Gennady's power, in your opinion?
No, I've said anybody from 54 to 68 wouldn't go 12 rounds with him. Kell is a very good fighter, as you saw right now, but eventually they're going to break down, and eventually his power and his ability to land clean punches is going to take effect, just like it did with Kell. I'm happy that the corner protected Kell because these guys are not going to quit. He's a warrior, and Dom felt it was necessary at that point, and I'm glad everybody's fine.
Okay, pleasure working with you guys this week. Congratulations. Let's have a word with a brave, courageous, ultimately defeated Kell Brook. Kell.
Yeah.
Must be difficult to put into words, but try for us.
I'm devastated. You know, he obviously can punch, but, you know, I expect him to be a bit bigger puncher. I think in the second round, I think he broke my eye socket, caught me with a shot. I think that he would catch me with his biggest shots, and I was starting to settle into the fight. You know, but I was seeing 3 or 4 of them out there, so it was hard to get through it. But I think that I was tricking him. His shots were coming underneath, and I was frustrating him. I was standing there at times. I was starting to settle into it, but when you see 3 or 4 of them, you know, it's hard to carry on.
Did you feel that you did hurt him at all? He said there that he wasn't ever hurt, but you caught him with an uppercut in the first round and a couple of other times as the fight wore on.
Believe me, I hurt him. You know, when you're in a fight, you can see every movement of a fighter, and I've seen his legs buckle a couple of times. I was starting to settle in. I'm not taking nothing away from Golovkin. You know, he's a scary champion. Nobody wants to fight him. I would fight him again. You know, I mean, this with the eye, you know, stopped me coming forward. He's a great champion. I think that the fans, you know, I'm trying to get back to the fans, an amazing fight. I hope that they enjoyed the fight while it lasted. I wish I could go on, but when you see 5 of them, you don't know which one to hit. Hit the one in the middle, they said, but, you know, it started to get tough in there when you can't see, you know, against a great champion.
No, all credit to you. What about the weight issue? Do you believe that you are a middleweight, or do you believe that you're more of a super welterweight? Can you ever go back down to welterweight?
You know, we'll have to go to the... We'll have to go back to the drawing boards, get on the machines and see where I put a lot of muscle on. You know, I think I'd be more suited at 154 light middleweight. I think I'd be big, strong. I know that Canelo and Liam Smith are fighting next week. I'd love to fight the winner. You know, I think I've jumped up 2 weight divisions and boxed the man what everybody's running away of. And now we're ready to stand and fight with him. I'm starting to settle in, like I've just said. It weren't my night. I'm absolutely gutted because there were much, much more to come from me. I was just getting started, but I've seen 5 of them out there. I think I bust my eye socket.
Nobody knows better than your trainer, Dominic Ingle, and I presume you would have fought on regardless. Were you happy with the stoppage? Maybe phrase that wrong.
You know,
Can you be angry at the stoppage?
I'm a warrior. I want to carry on, you know, but my team watching it from the outside, Dominic stood up. I was ready to fight on, you know. You have to kill me in here. Everybody knows that who trains with me. I was starting to come on, you know. I was starting to settle in. You see me stand with him at times. I was starting to get into the fight. We knew that the first 5 or 6 rounds were going to be very tough. And then we were going to start boxing and taking over, standing with him a little bit, wearing him, have a little war with him, and then go for a little walk and get the later rounds. But you have to talk to me, coach, about why you come up.
Dominic, your voice is gone. Okay, we'll bring in promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, Dominic's voice has gone. He's struggling to speak there. Just a word on the courageous ability of Kell. Let's try.
When you're in with Golovkin, taking too many shots.
Yeah. Eddie Hearn, a word on Kell. Tremendous effort. Where do you go now, and your thoughts on the fight?
Well, listen, you know, fans always want people to step up and fight the best, and Kell stepped up and fought the best. He was ahead on the scorecards, but at the end of the day, you know, his eye socket's gone and he's seeing 2 or 3 of them. He would fight all night, but the team, I know the fans want to see the fight go on as long as possible. But you know, you can't be fighting a guy like Golovkin when you can't even focus on the guy. So I think Kell deserves a huge amount of respect. I believe he's still one of the best fighters in the world. You know, no one else wants to fight Golovkin. He stepped up from welterweight to middleweight. You know, it wasn't just a middleweight fighting a middleweight. He wanted the big fights. No one wanted to fight him. And for 5 or 6 rounds, I think he's given Golovkin a hell of a fight there. And, you know, like I said, Mauricio Suleiman just told me he was ahead on the scorecards. I would have liked to have seen the fight go on. But, you know, you can't let fighters fight with injuries like that. But I think Kell Brook deserves a lot of respect.
Just a word. He wants Billy Joe Saunders next. The names that were mentioned in the build-up, the likes of James DeGale and Chris Eubank Jr., who you obviously promote. What about those fights?
Yeah, listen, I think he showed that Golovkin is human. You know, it was a great 5 or 6 rounds that he gave him. He told he could hit him. He gave him great angles, but in the end, the power caught up. It damaged him. And Golovkin's a very, very strong man. And you know, that fight was going to go into deep waters. I know you wanted to see it, but also you got a guy whose health's at stake as well. So Kell Brook will be back. He's still the IBF welterweight champion of the world. Will sit down, go away, and he'll be in some big fights in the future in this country.
Final word to you, Kell.
I'll be back. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I'll be back. You know, I get it, me all. When you can't continue, you can't. I'll be back. I love everyone here. If you've seen me win or lose, you've still come and supported boxing. Thank you all.
But the way Brook roared back at him after taking those thunderous punches.
You know, I didn't know who to give the round to. I wound up scoring at 10-10 because Golovkin hurt him with a great hook to the head and set up by a great body shot. Look, he'll land the hook to the body and it'll get Brook's hands away from his face, and then he'll land the hook to the head, which you don't see there in the follow-up. But then the rest of the round, I mean, Kell came back almost angry, putting together combinations, and this is where I disagree with Johnny about weight having nothing to do with it. Because not only don't you see Golovkin getting hit with combinations, but you don't see Kell Brook landing combinations and guys not going down. Kell Brook knocks down full-fledged welterweights with 1 punch. So he was landing combinations on Gennady Golovkin. One thing I've said all week about Gennady Golovkin, there's one flaw. There's absolutely no head movement. He can be hit by a sharpshooter, and Kell Brook is a sharpshooter. The thing I was most impressed by, though, is Kell Brook's character. At the end of the day, he was moving around the ring and stayed calm the entire time, even after having eaten certain shots, even after having probably his eye socket broken, which is an injury I've had in the past. He remained calm. He didn't take off in flight mode. He stayed calm. He let the punches miss by ever so much so that he could come back and make the counter. Kell had another difficult round. And then in round 4, Kell came back and probably won the round.
I mean, that left uppercut he hit him with, I think it was in the 2nd round. If that was any other welterweight, if that was a welterweight and not a middleweight, he was on the floor. Even then, he landed a left hook, right, straight right hand combination straight after it. And you think, if that was any, that's why I disagree with Johnny when he says welterweight, middleweight. If that was a welterweight in the world, he'd have shook them to their boots.
Absolutely, and I'll give you one even more. Even if you're not knocking down the guy, you're landing shots like that, the pressure will stop. The guy will think twice about the assault he's bringing to you. The reason There's a problem, my opinion, the reason Golovkin's assault never stopped, or it stopped in moments, then it restarted. Stopped in moments and restarted. And that's obviously the mental strength of Golovkin as well. Let's give credit where credit is due. But at the end of the day, it wasn't hurting enough. It was getting his attention for sure. I don't think he hurt Golovkin fully, but I do think he got his attention and made Golovkin realize, you know what, let me settle down here and let me figure out where I'm going. Because there were moments when Golovkin was clearly frustrated.
And confused.
Yeah.
He confused him, frustrated him. You could see him getting angry and almost walking after him.
Did he show
Annoyed
a
himself.
blueprint on how to beat Golovkin?
I think so. We just, yeah, I think so. I mean, you've got to sustain it for 12 rounds. And like you say, he landed flush. He landed some great shots. But he's a welterweight hitting a big middleweight, you know, and it's a middleweight hitting a welterweight, so the shots that hit him back, it just took more effect than they would have normally.
And again, credit where credit's due. Look at the finish line.
I thought it was a good stoppage. I thought
it was a good stoppage too.
But it was a good stoppage.
I've had that injury. You do start to see double and triple. It's a weird injury, and you don't want to be seeing more double and triple when you're fighting such a big puncher. It gets more dangerous. Kell Brook can come back strong as ever off of this because of the merciful stoppage by Dominic Ingle. I think it's the best thing for him. I know he's angry. I know he's a competitor, but I think it's a good stoppage. And give Golovkin credit. He's the one who broke Brook's orbit bone if it's broken.
I'll tell you what I'd like to see now. Liam Smith fights Canelo next week. I'd love to see the winner of that fight, Kell Brook.
And I want to give credit for Golovkin with the finish too. Look how calm he stays on balance, doesn't throw himself all over Kell Brook and smother himself. Or look at he remains with look at the punch selection. The punch selection also keeps the proper punching distance so that he can get maximum leverage on every shot, forcing that stoppage. Golovkin well schooled, even in the moment where it counts to make it end. He didn't get too emotional. He stayed like a calculated finisher that he is.
I thought Kell's movement